Louisville, Kentucky. How's it going out there today? About 95 degrees an hour ago here in Louisville. I got my 30-minute swim in. Got Sticker granddaughter here as a moderator. What's going on out there? Any of you get a hold of Paul McCartney tickets for the 2025 Got Back Tour? I had the Paul McCartney website gave me the chance to get in early, but I did not do it. Any of you out there did it? I know that Andy Nichols from Two Legs bought the VIP package for Nashville. Pretty expensive.
Polly said, "Hi, STICKERMANIA family and everyone watching." Hello.
How you doing, Polly?
Uncle Paul's in here. Hello.
Uncle Paul is in the house. You got a new video coming out in a couple days there, Uncle Paul. Uncle Paul's Beatles Pop Playhouse. He has a new video coming out in the next few days. Check it out.
Thomas Crook said, "Hello, Sticker family."
How you doing, Thomas Crook?
Teacher Express said, "Hi, everybody."
Polly, we sent some money for your 13 t-shirt, or was it 15 t-shirts? 3 medium, 6 large, and 6 extra large.
Dave Evans said, "Hi, Sticker family."
How you doing, Dave Evans?
Uncle Paul said, "Yes, Friday on Beatles TV Guides."
That's what I thought. Friday on Beatles TV Guides. Watch Uncle Paul's Beatles Pop Playhouse. And check out T-Shirt Express in Staten Island, New York.
A little Beatles.
He makes my roll up and watch STICKERMANIA T-shirts. We'll be giving some away when I get those 15 in.
A little Beatles Corner said, "Hello all."
How you doing, Patricia? Three more weeks till Beatle Fest. Fest for Beatle fans, Chicago, August 8th through the 10th.
T-Shirt Express said, "Friday you'll get your package."
Friday. I don't know. The mail's not going exactly on time right now.
John H. said, "I'm seeing Paul in Las Vegas."
All right. Who's seeing him?
John H.
John H. Good job. Las Vegas. Bet that wasn't cheap.
He's going to see him.
I'm working on a big deal, and so it's an expensive deal that I'm working on, a one-of-a-kind deal. Okay, some notes. Keith Richards' guitar was found after 50 years being lost since over 50 years, since 1971, when they were recording Exile on Main Street in Nicole, in France, at that mansion they rented out. 8 guitars got stolen then, and Keith's guitar that he performed, he had a Sunburst Les Paul he performed on the Ed Sullivan Show, 64 and 65. It was found in a big collection in New York just recently. The exact guitar that Keith Richards played on the Ed Sullivan Show, and then he gifted it to Mick Taylor when Mick Taylor joined in the Rolling Stones. And then it got stolen 1971 in the debauchery mess in France when they were exiles from England at the time.
A little Beatles Corner said, "The fest comes and goes in the blink of an eye."
Yep. It'll be here and it'll be gone. Oasis on the UK charts, if you can believe this, they're number 1 with Time Flies, the 4 LP box set 1994 to 2009. They're number 2 with What's the Story, Morning Glory, and they're number 4 with Definitely Maybe. 3 out of the top 4 are Oasis on the UK charts. That's just amazing. After being broke up for 16 years.
Rob Secure Music said, "Hello, STICKERMANIA crew. It's Rob S., who you met at NJ Beatle Fest."
How you doing, Rob S.? We met you at the New Jersey Fest for Beatle fans.
He said, "I was with Mike Arugula and others. You might remember that you nearly had to use my credit card."
Yep, we did. Was that for supper? We had to almost use your credit card. But I think the Mexican guys came through and pay the bill. Spotify. Today on Spotify, Ordinary by Alex Warren is still #1. Man-Child by Sabrina is #2. And if you can believe this, Sabrina Carpenter became the first artist in 71 years to spend 20 weeks at the top of the singles charts. So way to go, Sabrina. And yes, she is 26 years old. I got that down now. Chapel's #5 in the UK with Pink Pony Club and 13 in the United States. And she's back to 18 on the LP charts with The Rise and Fall of a Midwest Princess.
You may grab it?
This one, the album.
Take this first.
Alright. That's the CD and that's the signed album. The Rise and Fall of a Midwest Princess. What artist did she steal that title from? From 1972.
Madonna.
David Bowie.
Dang it.
Other things on the Spotify charts, the K-pop, that new animated, or you don't call it anime, what do you call it? The movie? Anime?
Animated?
No, they have a different term.
Anime?
Anime is how it's
Anime?
Yeah.
The anime movie that's #1 in the world for the kids. The #2 song on global Spotify is Hunter X by Golden. That's the 3 girls in the movie. And #6 and 7 are by the Saja Boys with Your Idol and Soda Pop. They're the boys in the movie. So K-pop is as big as ever.
Johnny Ramone said hi, STICKERMANIA selling the billboard on disc.
Yep, we'll talk about the billboard now. Got this in today, pretty rare billboard. I know Perry Cox's April, when the Beatles were top 5 on the charts, was an $1,800 billboard. This isn't worth $1,800, but it's pretty rare. This is a week after the Butcher cover was pasted over. June 25th, 1966. It's in nice shape. I'll go through it here. It's got a Bob Dylan advertisement. Bob Dylan for I Want You, full page advertisement for Blonde on Blonde. And the #1 song in the country. I can find the singles charts. Right there.
The Beatles.
They Rush released it 2 weeks before here, and it was #1 on June 25th, Paperback Writer. Strangers in the Night was #2, and Painted Black was #3. Let's see, you gotta get the yesterday and today ad. Lots of ads. When they had 4-track players, 8-track player cartridges when 4 tracks just came out. 4 tracks came out before 8 tracks. There we go. There's the money shot. School's out. Get ready. The trunk cover, that's how fast that turnaround was. The week before, they were pasting over the Butcher cover. The next week, they're promoting yesterday and today with the trunk cover. I had a full promotional poster of that for a long time ago, 30 years ago. Get ready. Remember how helped last summer. Here's more hot weather relief. 11 great Beatle hits, 5 of them brand new. Let's see what's #1 on the album charts.
Yesterday and today.
No, not yet. It just got released. Herb Alpert with What Now My Love is #1. Mamas and Papas is 2. Herb Alpert's 3 with Whipped Cream. Sound of Music's number 5. Dr. Zhivago's number 4. The only rock in the top 10 is Big Hits by the Rolling Stones. Pet Sounds peaked out at number 11 this week on June 25th before it fell off the charts. Pet Sounds by the Beach Boys. What do you think of that Billboard magazine?
I like it. How much is it?
I haven't decided that yet.
Okay, I won't buy it then.
Here's some photos I found in my 8x10 glossies. A girl took photos in 1967 off of the Tier TV when the Beatles were on at Shea Stadium, the film, when they played it. Don't know if they played it in color in the United States or not. They might have just played it in black and white.
George Music for All Seasons said hello to all.
How you doing, George? From All Music. George for all.
George Music for
George
all
Music
four
for all
seasons.
4 seasons.
Yep.
Do you like the 4 seasons?
The hotel.
Been reading a book where they talk a lot about Bob Crew. Here's a photo taken off TV by Joel Glacier. He wrote the book about the Paul is Dead rumors. And that's Howard Cosell interviewing John Lennon on Monday Night Football.
Do you think Paul's dead?
No.
Okay.
Shown these before, but we have a few new viewers. These are original 1963 promo photos from England. Nimpics, which is a takeoff of Nims by Brian Epstein. And the original photographer, I'm pretty sure this says Dezo Hoffman, real small print on the photos. That's the collarless jackets that they wore on the I Want to Hold Your Hand picture sleeve.
George Music said, oh yes, which book regarding Bob Crewy?
That's, I'll tell you Saturday. Top secret book I'm reading right now.
You're going to see him on
It
Saturday?
has to do with my big deal. I got one of a kind deal I got going on.
Yeah, let's not talk about this.
That's all I can say on that. So the yesterday and today trunk cover. This is the factory reel-to-reel by Ampex from 1968. All the tracks are in true stereo. They weren't on the original butcher cover. Show this one more time. My first state butcher cover, East Coast Scranton. Still in the factory shrink. It has been open. The record has been taken out of it. But you really don't want the record in there for 60 years anyway, because it would make wear to that butcher cover. And that's the COA from Heritage Auctions.
Mr. Beatles Pro said,
How you doing,
again.
Tom?
Hey, everybody. Oh, yeah, another day. Brad Parnell in the store, he said that he's going to have to watch him later because he forgets about the 8:30.
Oh, Brad Parnell.
Yeah.
Other reel-to-reels I have here. Just got this today. This was only available from the Columbus House Record Tape Club. It's an audiophile pressing of the Who Quadrophenia from 1973. Beautiful shape. It even has the original control sticker on the back. And it's got the original lyric sheet. I think you call that something else on these reel-to-reels. You don't call them a lyric sheet. 1973. Who's, after the Tommy, they did Quadrophenia. And my other reel-to-reels will show you the difference in size of a United States reel-to-reel and a UK. That's a rare UK stereo. They only released them in 1970, early 70s. And see the difference of the reel versus the small 1 in the United Kingdom. The Beatles, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Heart Club Band, Part 1, 1967.
Mr. Beatles Pro said good. Looking forward to the fest.
I am too.
Ariana said, give a like if you like the Beatles. If you don't, then don't.
Other reel-to-reels. We
What if
have.
I'm here just for chapel?
Well, if you like
We got a Beatles 6 from 1968. And yes, Mike Aruga, that has some of the same tracks that are on my favorite Beatles album, Beatles for Sale. Beautiful shape. And then we got the Paul is Dead edits on the 1969 issue of the Beatles White Album, Volume 1 and Volume 2. Volume 2 is factory sealed. That's a firm $600. I am not selling it any cheaper than that. I have this buyer that wants it for $500, but it's not going to happen.
Heck no.
Been sealed for over 55 years. And we got just got this ticket stub in today, original from 1966, Washington, D.C. Stadium. $5 ticket for the lower deck. Says Beatles concert written right on the back. And it's got all 4 photos, but Paul's kind of cut off. Perry Cox has a Washington, D.C. ticket stub going off tomorrow. It's up to $600 with the original mailing envelope, but none of the Beatles printing is not on there anymore. It's just a little stub at the end of it. I had one that had the Beatles printing on it, but that sold for several $1,000s. That's a program, you've seen it before, 1966 tour program. All right, any questions so far before I go on?
Oh, quiet night.
Quiet night, everybody's quiet today. The heat got everybody quiet?
Y'all should comment so I can read.
Let's show another biggie for people that haven't seen my channel very much. The Led Zeppelin signed by all 4 members from 1975 on the band belly. You got there's Robert Plant, there's Jimmy Page, there's John Paul Jones, John Bottom, a real rough signature first, then a long John Paul Jones, and a Jimmy Page, pretty nice Jimmy Page, and a nice Robert Plant. And that's the COA from Paul Wayne of Tracks.
Mr. Beatles Pro said, please tell me I missed the chapel update. Oh.
No, you didn't miss any chapel update. I just said she's number 5 in the United Kingdom and number 13 in the United States with Pink Pony Club. It hasn't died yet.
Johnny Ramon asked if you got the Horzu MMT vinyl.
Yes, we do.
Okay, well,
And they ask every time, don't they?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Led Zeppelin. This is the tour program from Earl's Court, 1975. So the person that got these autographs, this was their program. They found it in a storage unit drawer that had been there for 50 years last year. There's the COA from the man that got these autographs.
Mr. Beatles Pro said,
And a COA from Real Autographs Roger Epperson.
Mr. Beatles Pro said, dang it.
Huh. Tom Beatles Pro, do you like Pink Pony Club at all? Do you like any new music? Do you like
Let Me Know.
Love Me Not by Ravane Lene? Do you like Back to Friends by Sombra?
He actually said the other word of dang, but I'm not going to get you. whatever the word.
What is it?
He actually said the other word.
We cuss anyways. What's the difference?
Who cuss?
You cussed before.
I don't.
All right, Magical Mystery Tour.
The phone's ringing.
Polly wanted to trade for this. There's no trades on this. It's a near mint. 1977 True Stereo A1B3 Beatles Magical Mystery Tour from Germany.
He said he has no idea who you're talking about.
All right. I guess you don't listen to new music at all. A1B3. No spindle hole wear. Beautiful condition. Almost impossible to find this audiophile pressing in that condition. It's like the East Coast butcher covers now. They're dwindling as we speak. There were more of them made in 1966, but they're all been either peeled or in private collections. Perry Cox sold one for last night, a peeled butcher cover for over $6,000. It was a East Coast, it was a West Coast mono.
Mr. Beatles Pro said, sorry, no top 40 stations where I'm at in Tennessee.
All right, you gotta listen to Spotify top 10 every once in a while. Remember, all the best music was made by people. The Beatles were 22 when they started and 28 and 30 when they ended. All the best music in the world on the greatest albums, Michael Jackson, Rolling Stones, was all recorded. And Pink Floyd were the oldest ones. They might have been 33 when they did Dark Side of the Moon. The Beatles mono box set comes out this Friday. Let's see if I can have it for Saturday night's live stream. I paid the extra to have 2 boxes overnight express. Hopefully they're coming into UPS here in Louisville. We got the main hub, one of the main hubs in the United States.
So why is my package always late?
Simon and Garfunkel. I pulled this out of my storage unit today. For all those that think Paul Simon was a genius, without Art Garfunkel's vocals, you would not have the magic on those songs. You got to give Art Garfunkel some credit. And here is the original poster that came with us. This was done by it's not Richard Avedon. Photographs by Don Huston and Bob Cato. Simon and Garfunkel. This is Bookends. Got the hype sticker on the top. It says Bookends, special bonus, full color poster included. It's like a little strip that's glued onto the top. Talked about the Who's Next, my first A1 B4 pressing audiophile of Who's Next in excellent condition. It hasn't sold yet. I said it was $125 shipped. You want to hear one of the classic albums all time, done by people under 30 years old.
What was the pressing on the last one? Because Steven was asking.
The Simon and Garfunkel?
Stereo pressings, what he said, question mark. So is that stereo, I guess?
Yeah, that's stereo.
That's what he wants to know.
That's a 70s pressing because it's not the 6i Columbia.
Rob said, I agree with you regarding Art Garfunkel. And then Johnny Ramon said, Roger Waters, 14 years sentence today, question mark.
14 year sentence. I do not know anything about that. You'll have to inform me what's going on. There must be something going on with Roger Wallet.
Daniel said the mono pressing of that record is pretty rare.
Yeah, because that mono was being phased out in 67 and 68.
Johnny said political protest. Oh, Roger.
Yeah. He ain't talking political stuff.
Beach Boys. Here's some really nice shape Beach Boys original thumb tab West Coast picture sleeves. Look how beautiful that Good Vibrations is from 1966.
Beautiful.
#1 song on the charts. Got a West Coast, Do You Want to Dance? Pretty sure Dennis Wilson sang that song live on Shindig. When I Grow Up to Be a Man. A young Brian Wilson there. And I have a Do You Want to Dance? But I'm not, oh, here it is. One more, there's a rare picture sleeve. Dance, Dance, Dance. There's a trivia question there. Where are the Beach Boys? Where are they performing at? What place in the world? A famous place that Paul McCartney sang about in Venus and Mars.
Band wink.
Dance, Dance, Dance. What arena, what's the name of the place that the Beach Boys were performing when those pictures were?
Hollywood Bowl.
Hollywood Bowl.
That's Johnny Ramone. He said 45 covers for sale with 45s.
Yes. I haven't put them up on eBay yet, unless you're wanting all 4 of them there, but that would be, these 2 are pretty rare. But I'd sell all, these 2 are the rarest ones. I'd sell these 2 for $100 with the 45. Do You Want to Dance? But I do have the 45s with them.
Right there's the other one still sitting there.
Dance, Dance, Dance. West Coast pressing. And I have a Good Vibrations. That has a little number 46 wrote on it. Let's Go Away for a While as the B-side.
Dave Evans, Frank, the Rolling Stones, Get Your Ya-Ya's Out. Just came out today. Looks great. One of the greatest live albums on vinyl. IMO Mini. Thanks, Dave.
All right. You're happy with the UK pressing of Get Your Ya-Ya's Out. Don't know what it is about UK pressings from 69, like Abbey Road, and up to 73, Band on the Run. Even my Depeche Mode sounds so much better from the United Kingdom. Of Everything Counts, the 12-inch. I've never heard it sound like that. But Red Rose Speedway, Band on the Run, Ram, UK presses can't be beat. And Dave Evans, I have a Badfinger UK first press of the album before Straight Up is No Matter What, and what's the other big song? Without You is on it. No Dice. I got it. No Dice coming probably tomorrow. Have it for Saturday. All right. So Paul McCartney's new album he's recording. Andrew Watt is the producer. He did the Rolling Stones album. This is my CD deluxe box set. Limited edition box set, whether it has a book, Blu-ray. But Andrew Watt is in control of the Paul McCartney. Well, I don't know if he's in control, but he's a producer. Kind of be hard to be in control of Paul McCartney. But he did make Elton John sound good, and he made the Rolling Stones sound good. I know he's done some other ones. Did he do a Bob Dylan?
So they said No Dice.
No Dice.
Is what John H. and Dave Evans said.
Yeah. No Dice is what I have coming. A 1970 first press. And I have a Rubber Soul UK 1968 pressing stereo coming. And I have a Kinks 1970 UK pressing of Lola. And I don't know the long title of it, but it starts out with Lola.
Dave Evans said, let me know on that. The Elliot says, who got tickets to the Paul McCartney tour? He says
I
he's
asked.
got 4 tickets.
I've only had one person. Did anybody else get one?
He said he had 4. He has 4 tickets. Is what he says.
Did you have to pay dynamic pricing, or did you get it early?
Rob Secure that we saw in New Jersey said no Paul tickets for me either. Saw him in 2020 though.
Yep.
Or 22.
I saw him in '76. I saw him in 1988. I saw him in 1990. And I think that was the last time I saw him.
Palm Desert, Las Vegas, and Nashville. Pre-sale went well. So those are the 3 that I guess they didn't.
So I know that Andy Nichols got a VIP package to Nashville that cost him about $2,400. This is what started the Beatles off. Buddy Holly. This was released after the fatal plane crash. Reminiscing Buddy Holly and the Shrink. This is probably a 1970s early because it has a 397 tag. It's a stereo pressing and very good plus condition of Reminiscing, and it's still in the factory shrink, and it has that hype sticker available for the first time. Looks to me like it was about the 5th album released on Buddy Holly. Buddy Holly and the Crickets. That's how John Lennon came up with the Beatles name.
Daniel said I got the 50s Buddy Holly albums.
Yeah, I had the Chirping Crickets a couple times. I had a promo copy of Chirping Crickets that I sold for like $500. It was really nice shape.
Those albums are advertised on back are the ones I got. So he said the ones on the back of the album is the ones he had of the Buddy Holly.
So this does not have the Chirping Crickets on there. The Chirping Crickets was on Brunswick. It must have been the first album. And then they went to Corral. Buddy Holly and the Crickets, Buddy Holly. The Buddy Holly story. But it doesn't have doesn't have the Chirping Crickets. Chirping Crickets must have been the first album from 1957.
And Elliot, there's no trick to it. He's peeled butcher covers for many years. Practice makes perfect. That's what's took him to do it. I mean, he's learned how to do which ways he needs to go. It's all about learning it from doing
Every butcher cover is a different peel. You don't know how they've been stored. You don't know until you start of how you're going to have to peel them. I have 2 videos in fast forward where I show me peeling a butcher cover on YouTube. I'm one of the few people that's ever shown a complete peel on YouTube.
Daniel Castillo said those albums advertised.
we've already done everything.
No, we haven't.
Well,
Johnny
Johnny
Ramone
Ramone.
said East Coast covers Steam West vodka alcohol.
Well, that's what they said. But the alcohol's a lot harder than what you think. It's not just alcohol.
I have some gin in the cabinet for that specific purpose and rubbing alcohol. So this is not Elvis Presley. This is the Ghost. And right behind the Ghost is Jan Hanworth, which was Peter Blake's wife. And they were married at the time they put this album together. But Peter Blake got he made the last call, and he said that the Ghost was not going to be in the Sgt. Pepper album cover. So that is not Elvis, thanks to Polly from T-Shirt Express. We know he sent me a picture of Jan Hanworth behind the Ghost with the whole head showing. Couple books here. The Beatles, I read this a lot. The Beatles, A Hard Day's Night in America. I think this is a great book because it's written by Kurt Gunther, who toured with the Beatles in 1964. So I think this, I don't know, I've read this about 3 times. I love this book.
I've read it 20 times.
And then Linda McCartney's Portrait of an Heir, the 1960s, with Jimi Hendrix on the cover. On the back, she's got Jim Morrison, Hendrix, Janis Joplin, Neil Young, the Beatles. Now you see those two buttons of the Yellow Submarine. I won one of those today on eBay, the original 1966 Yellow Submarine button I'll have in another week. The lady that Eric Cash knows is the one that made these and went to England and gave them to the Beatles, and Ringo and George wore them at the preview party at Brian Epstein's Chapel, not Chapel Rome, but Chapel Hill house that he had. And Paul McCartney looks like he's recording the White Album. And Ray Charles, we don't want to forget about Ray Charles, or Mr. Daniel will get upset about that.
Yeah, Leah said I have a couple of songbooks for piano for the Beatles.
Yep, I got a whole stack of them. I'll show them next time. I got the original ones.
Do you have a Beatles Monopoly?
I do not have a Beatles Monopoly or Trivia Pursuit right now. Trivia Pursuit.
Dang it.
This is a 1980 Australian pressing of the BC-13. Please Please Me is basically the same cover. With the Beatles is completely different. They weren't allowed to use the original negatives in Australia, so they came up with their own cover. When John Lennon went to Australia and toured, he saw this album cover and he was not a happy camper. This is the 4 photos that are used in the promo 60mm reel for The Beatles Are Coming to Washington, D.C. Beatles Coming to America. Hard Day's Night is a different blue in Australia than the UK. Beatles for Sale is completely different. These pictures of the Beatles in concert are from Sydney, Australia, 1964. And that's from Washington, D.C., February 11th.
Elliot said I have that Beatles with the Beatles album, but by itself.
Help. Looks like a little different tint on the Australian pressing. Rubber Soul's a different tint, much darker. Revolver, basically the same. That's a UK first pressing, but it's a -2. It doesn't have the outtake of Tomorrow Never Knows. Sgt. Pepper is not a gatefold. The White Album is not numbered or glossy. Then we got the Yellow Submarine, a little darker. And Abbey Road's got a stereo on the top. My stereo pressing of the UK, first pressing in excellent condition, was sold locally the other day for $250. A local man also bought my 2 butcher covers that I had. I have 2 more coming in, and then we got a Let It Be with a stereo on the top and a Beatles Rarities. So I have a East Coast Mono number 3 butcher cover coming in probably tomorrow that I'm going to peel. Hopefully I'll have it for Saturday. And I have a West Coast with a near mint front. It's got a name written on the back, but it's in real nice shape. The front cover, and it's no seam splits. I'll have that for Saturday also. West Coast Mono number 6. All right, what else you want to talk about?
We haven't showed that thing in a while.
That's my program from going to see Paul McCartney at Chicago Stadium in 1976 when I was 22 years old. Talk about a man at his peak. I think he was 33 then. McCartney was at his peak as a performer. If you've ever watched Rock Show, the DVD, it's a must watch. What a great concert. We talked about anthology. Got these three in the last few days. Beatles Golden Collection of Oldies. This is a sealed import from the late 70s. According to Andrew from Polygram Auction, this was the last pressing, and then it was deleted from the catalog. The 1966 Christmas stereo pressing of a collection of Beatle oldies. I don't know who did the drawing on that. For years, I always thought that that wasn't George Harrison, but it is. Just a different angle. It doesn't look like him that much. John, Paul, Ringo, and George. Hanging out in, pretty sure they're hanging out in Tokyo there.
Daniel Castillo said, got the oldie 66 mono with flip back, has too many songs on both sides, compressed like White Album.
It's got 8 songs on each side. I bet you have groove. What do they call that? Groove. There's a word for it. When there's too many tracks, the last tracks can't track real good.
How much for what?
For what?
What's you in the hand?
Golden, this one?
Mm-hmm.
This is $100 FedEx ship.
No, not that. Yeah, the oldies. Yeah.
Got this in Rolling Stones Let It Bleed in the shrink with the hype sticker for full color Rolling Stones poster included.
Distortion at the end of both sides.
Yeah. Groove out, distortion, groove runoff. Excellent condition. First press of Let It Bleed. This is not the one with W in the dead wax. I have that over there by my stereo system. Got the poster. Mick Jagger. It's like the Dave Clark 5. You got a big Dave Clark and a small rest of the band. Mick Jagger, the leader of the gang. Charlie Watts, Bill Wyman, Mick Taylor, Keith Richards, and Mick Jagger. Mick Taylor was playing that guitar that got stolen on this album. What did I call it?
Does Let It Bleed have the fan club insert?
No. I've had the fan club insert about 3 times. So the guitar that Mick Taylor had at this time was a Sunburst Les Paul. Wonder how much that guitar is worth. They found in a New York collection. Has to be worth a couple $1 million if Keith Richards played it on the Ed Sullivan Show. And Andrew from Polygram Auction says if you can't get a hold of the Beatles' first press in the United Kingdom 1973 blue album, you want to get this 2014. All the tracks are cut from the all analog master tapes. Factory sealed blue album. This is not the 2023, this is the 2014. What other questions do we have today?
Greg Fio's in here.
Greg Frio, how you doing? We sent your Beach Boys album is on the way.
You can read the Elliot about that.
Elliot said, Mr. Stickermania emailed you a while ago about those old Capitol inner sleeves, and I wanted the inner sleeves for the second album, Magical Mystery Tour, yesterday and today. Rubber sold something new.
Magical Mystery Tour. A couple of them had the psychedelic sleeve in them, and then the rest of them were white. Easy to find these on the internet.
John H. said it's blue from Canada.
What is?
It's blue from Canada.
What's blue from
The
Canada?
album, was that what you had on the blue album?
Oh, the blue vinyl.
I think he's asking, is it from Canada?
Led Zeppelin 2. I sold my CT8s, went out in the mail yesterday. That had Robert Ludwig on side 1 and Lee Holka on side 2. This is my Germany pressing that has Robert Ludwig on side 1 only. RL. Led Zeppelin 2 from Germany. And Sgt. Pepper. Sgt. Pepper, this is, somebody says, how could you know this is a 1968 pressing? Well, it does not have the psychedelic inner sleeve. And it's still got the flips on them. But that's the main clue, is that they stopped using the psychedelic inner sleeve in '67 and went to this patent white inner sleeve printed in England. The record still has made in the UK along the middle. -1, tube cut stereo audiophile pressing of Sgt. Pepper. All right. Did I show about everything? I got my Remco dolls behind me. We talked about that. Talked about going to the Beetle Fest and seeing all of you in 3 weeks.
Huh?
So don't be yawning.
I didn't even yawn. I said,
Don't be yawning.
Rubber sole. This is my Germany pressing with the 7.2 prefix. Those are all recut in the late 70s in Germany when they asked for new master tapes of everything. Those are all audiophile pressings. You don't want to get Germany pressings from the early 70s. That's before they changed everything to audiophile.
if y'all could listen to one song for the rest of your life, what would it be?
One song for the rest of your life. I know that we had a radio station that played I Am the Walrus for 24 hours in a row when it started 20 years ago.
Danny Goldstein said, Frank, how often do you get Sgt. Pepper 4th proofs?
I think I've only had one in my lifetime. 4th proof.
Thomas Crooks.
That was a mistake. They have them with a wide spine also. 4th proof was a mistake. When they're inside, I think it's right there, it says 4 proof.
Thomas Crook said he'll be at the fest.
Thomas Crook, all right. Come up and say hi to me and Mikey Arugula.
And me.
Sold my bobbing head dolls. I haven't sold it yet. I sent out an offer of $800 on my STICKERMANIA. Yeah, give me both. eBay store, STICKERMANIA 2853. If you want to get a hold of me about something I show on my YouTube channel, Mr_STICKERMANIA at yahoo.com. So the big one-of-a-kind thing I'm working on, Saturday I'll give you a yay or nay if I got a hold of it.
Elliot said, what albums did you practice on before you started killing butchers?
I practice on 1966 Capitol albums from the East Coast with a water-based glue. They could be a Beach Boys album, they could be an Outsiders album, they could be a all the different Nancy Wilson, as long as they're pasted on with that slick with the water-based glue. I practiced on them. 45 years of practice. Thanks a lot from Louisville, Kentucky. We'll see you Saturday.
Have a nice day. Yeah.
Hold on,